Good morning. Good morning. It's the morning. It's the morning. I'm on my own. I'm all alone in a world without the bib. How are we all doing? Welcome into twitch.tv/AshtonUploads. I'm on my own today, so if you guys can help talk to me, keep me busy, that would be very, very much appreciated. So if you don't know who this is, what this is, who I am, what we are doing here, my name is Graham Day. I'm joined by Bibby. It's not there. That's what we'd usually have a Bibby in a box. So yeah, this is usually a two-man show. The Scoop is a two-man show. We bring you the news, we give you our thoughts and impressions, and then you guys get involved back. But we have no Bib. So I am doing this on my own, so I need you guys to fill the void. Bib is in Skyrim. He is. He keeps making up some story about how he's like off to London or something, going out with Mrs. Bib, but don't believe it. Don't believe it at all. He's full on, just taking some time for Skyrim. So yeah. How are we all doing, though? How are we all doing? Welcome to our makeshift Friday as well, by the way. So we usually stream Monday to Friday, 10 a.m.-ish on twitch.tv/IceCreamUploads. This week, though, we only have 4 shows, and it's kind of 3.5, because we had Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. Nice. Today is the half, because we're a bib down. Tomorrow, we have a bib and a Graham down, so there is no Scoop tomorrow. Just a heads up, you will not get your Friday fix of news from the world of video games and beyond from us, because, yeah, we're not going to be around. So we will catch up again on Monday, though, but no Scoop tomorrow. There is no stream at all tomorrow. 3 streams yesterday. I mean, I was streaming until 1:20 this morning, and now I'm back, as you can tell from these bags under the eyes. But no stream tomorrow. No Scoop tomorrow. Good morning, Lake. Says GTA Remaster pulled from the PSN store. Oh, really? Okay, sit on that one for now, then. Sit on that one for now, because we do have a couple of GTA Trilogy stories to talk about today. That wasn't in my news script, so that's interesting. Gagad says, good morning, gents. Alrit. Mr. Vern. Hey, how we doing? Mr. Jim Butters as well. Bibby was last seen up at 3 a.m. playing Skyrim. Well, he did message saying, like, it was in the chat yesterday. We were up late. Bibby's usually not up that late, but obviously he's got a day off, so he was using his time wisely, non-productively, which is the best way. That's the wisest way to use your time. So yeah, he was saying he was expecting it to be midnight, and then it was like 3 or 4 or something like that. So you could see the disappointment and his excitement being attacked in his tweets as he was realizing this was going out last night. Why are Twitch still giving me French adverts? Parlez-vous français? That's all I know. I don't even know if that's even. I don't even know that. We'll just assume that's French. Nice. Good streams yesterday, by the way. Everyone that stuck around throughout the entire day, dropped in for a few minutes, whatever. It's massively appreciated the way that you guys support us. So we started the day with a Scoop yesterday on our channel, like we're doing today. We jumped over to official insert coin if you didn't see it. ! Official insert coin. No, actually, ! Insert coin in the chat will give you a link to official insert coin on Twitch, plus our discount code. So we streamed over there yesterday. We played 3 hours of Call of Duty Vanguard. We had some good games. I had some okay games. One decent game. Bibby went off in quite a few games. So it was good to play. Do you know what? I actually saw an article about Call of Duty Vanguard that said the headline was something like, much better than we expected, but also kind of more of the same in that sort of way. It might not have been that damning with the more of the same, which I agree. It was. Vanguard was better than I expected, but it was also Call of Duty that I've played before, which is not a bad thing. So I enjoyed it. It was good. Where are we saying? That's fine because I finish work at 12 tomorrow, so would have probably missed you guys anyway. We did it for you, Gagad. We didn't. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Mr. T says Trilogy pulled because wasn't supposed to go live at midnight regionally. I got lucky. Oh, Mr. T's got in there early. Yeah. Nice. To my knowledge, the global launch is at 3 UK, which has been the time on the Xbox the whole time, and PSN still bugged out with the clock, and I hear people cannot even buy pre-order GTA. We'll jump back into that shortly, though, but did not know. I was playing and trying out all 3 games, Amazing Remaster from midnight on PS5. That is true. Mr. T was posting clips at about 1 o'clock and then dropping into our stream at 1 o'clock telling us how good it is. Nice. I'm glad it is. GTA was released without day 1 patch and looked awful on PlayStation frame rate and so on. See, that's kind of standard, that, though, to be fair. Day 1 patches day one patches are actually super important. So much stuff gets fixed in the day one patch because obviously if you think about for a disc to go gold, that's usually minimum of 8 weeks. It could be 3 months to be printed and Cyberpunk says hi, exactly. So there's so much. So that stuff kind of doesn't fuss me too much. If it's just like texturing and bugs and stuff like that, that's fine. It's when it's Cyberpunk levels, that's when you need to be worried, right? So yeah, if you don't know what this show is, if you are here for the first time, hey, my name is Graham Day. I'm joined by nobody but you guys, which is everything, really, if you think about it. So I'm usually joined by Bib. We together are, well, we're not entirely Ice Cream Uploads, but we'll just use it for the spiel now. So we are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. Okay, we will give you our thoughts and our impressions of the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games over the next hour or so. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.-ish. The time now is 11:44, so it's close to 10-ish. We have an emote for that, so feel free to Mrs. Danny Day. And they called you Mister. My God, you can tell I was up at 20 past. Like 1. I was still awake at 2-ish last night. I had about 5-6 hours sleep. So you can tell from the bags and the fact that all of my words are stumbling. So Mr. Danny Day, hey. She's beautiful. Shout out to Danny Day anyway. Not only is she always incredible, just generally anyway, but she's also put in a Starbucks order this morning. So that could be coming midway through the scoop. So what a beautiful woman. Anyway, if you are joining us on Twitch, please do feel free to get involved in the chat. We turn this live stream into a podcast. We're live for the next hour or so, and we will give you our thoughts and our impressions, or my thoughts, my impressions, on the biggest, the best, the breaking stories in the world of video games. I want your thoughts and your impressions, though. And then I want your thoughts and your impressions on my thoughts and my impressions. Please do feel free to get involved. Drop them in. As mentioned, this podcast gets turned into, this stream gets turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. You've heard all of this before, but there are tons of people that watch and listen on demand. Over 105,000 people so far have done exactly that. So make sure you get involved over the next hour or so. And if you could just do me a favor right now and just type !loot drop in the chat. That will let all new arrivals into the stream that we give prizes away. Subscribers get prizes. We haven't chosen the main prize for next month's loot drop yet. Please feel free to give us your input on what that could be. What would you like to see as the giveaway prize for December? But I can confirm that we will give some of this away. Some Ice Cream Uploads merch. The money can't buy it yet. Blackout baseball cap, or the blue and white Ice Cream Uploads baseball cap, the Dodgers-esque, or Rangers, if you're precision. We will be giving one of those away with the December loot drop. So this is only the side prize. Although we all know this is the main prize, really. Money can't buy this shit yet. So yeah, do get involved. Subscribers get prizes. One person every month gets given a prize just for being a subscriber. That's the way we give back to you guys for supporting the stream. As well as that !insert coin, just to give you a link through to the Insert Coin channel that we streamed on yesterday. Do drop them a follow. They are pushing for partnership, and it would be great if we can help that. I'm sure you guys all follow that anyway, but just a shout out as it is. First prize is a date with Bibby. Yeah, the only thing is, it has to be today. So you have to go on the date before you've won it. And it's in London. Also, Mrs. Bibby is there as well. And you just don't let him know that you nice. Fuck, what a shit prize. God damn it. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. Tazebad. So Tazebad is in the Southern Hemisphere. And dropped in when it was super late for us last night, and it was nice and early for him. And now it's early-ish for us, and it's super late for him. So hey. Little does Bibby know, I'm actually dressed as Mrs. Bibby right now. just, just imagine. Anyway, so the news stories that we have today, let me give you a heads up of what we're talking about. This is actually a little bit counterintuitive in terms of we gave you the intuition, the education over the last few weeks that PlayStation could save Christmas. I think that was pretty much the headline that we had last week, the week before, as PlayStation had commissioned planes. Sony had commissioned planes even to fly in PlayStations into the UK and other countries. So they chartered jets to bring in extra stock to make sure that people could get their hands on the consoles that have been in short supply. Well, doesn't look like that's going to be enough, as the PS5 supply will reportedly be even tighter than expected in the coming months. Sony is set to produce 1 million fewer consoles than previously planned, it is claimed. That is the lead story. So PlayStation plan to save Christmas? Yeah, and how's that working out? We don't know, actually. It might be for Christmas, it might be afterwards. We'll go through that. That will be the first story on the scoop today. We'll then jump into the fact that it's not just PlayStations that are having issues when it comes to hardware. Valve, too, as the Steam Deck has been delayed until February 2022. Shout out to Lake for sharing that in the Discord. !Discord if anyone wants to get involved and help shape our show, as Bibby will tell you every day. You can shape this show by sharing your news stories with us. Lake did exactly that with this Stream Deck story in the ICU Discord loot drop channel, scoop channel yesterday. We'll then talk about the fact that Bethesda has plans for Fallout 5. Nice. But Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 are the priority. We'll jump then into... Oh, balls, I've just pulled my tabs away. Fuck. We'll then jump into the fact that 2K has... 2K has acquired the studio that works on Diablo, Star Wars, Call of Duty, and more big franchises. This is a story we were going to talk about yesterday, but it got dropped because we ran out of time. And then if we have time, we will talk about GTA Trilogy, the definitive edition. We'll give you the release time, the download sizes explained, plus the track lists. We'll have a quick look at what songs are or aren't in the game. Apparently, there's 47 of the original tracks that is omitted, which is a little bit heartbreaking. But we'll see. We'll go through it. There's a lot of news for us to go through today. So strap yourself in. We'll try keep up the pace, and we'll try go through it all. All right, G-Man, says Mr. Garlic Clark. Can we get an exclamation mark Garlic Clark in the chat? Anybody free to just type exclamation mark Garlic Clark? Thank you very much. Nice. Tell Bibby we have his golf clubs and we want his wife as money. What's up with PSN games? Keep crashing today and yesterday. Exclamation mark garlic and bread? Exclamation mark God. What's is chatbot not even alive? Where is my chatbot? I can't even find it. Oh, it's there. It's connected. What? Exclamation mark garlic. Okay, let me just type this one first. Exclamation mark insect coin. Nice. What the fuck? Why is it always when I'm here? To be fair, I'm starting to have suspicions now, Fixer, because Mr. Garlic Clark has just arrived in the chat, and Fixer's just arrived in the chat at the same time. So, is there a little bit of a budding friendship going on there? Good morning, dude. Good morning. I saw your highlight reel from your Vanguard playthrough the other day on social media yesterday. GG's. It looks like you had more success than I did when we were playing yesterday. So we streamed it on Insert Coin yesterday. Bib went off in a few games. I used to be a good-ish Call of Duty player. I haven't played multiplayer for about 4 years though now, and it showed. I had like 2 games where I was decent. The rest of them I was just cannon fodder. I mean, I know I didn't have map knowledge, and I'm still getting used to the controls, completely different. The worst thing for me was like running up to something and then crouching, because I'm pressing the melee button from PUBG, which is the crouch button. So I need to sort out my whole control scheme. But yeah, you went off. Nice. I'll carry it. Nice. There we go. I'm amazing at the game. Yeah, me too. I'm amazing at carrying extra loot for everyone else to pick up as they run around the map. Nice. Let me see. So why didn't the Garlic Clark work? Exclamation mark Garlic Clark. There we go. It did work. Nice. If you go and click on that, well, it says it there right below. It all says it afterwards. Go and check out MC Fixer's channel. So that was Fixer doing 1,000,001 things And naturally, as we all do as streamers, getting the name wrong. So rather than let that drop, we decided to stick that on Garlic Clark and let him live with that name forever and give Fixer a shout out every time we talk about it too. So there you go. Nice. Okay, lead story of the day, PS5s. Let me jump into this one. This one... Oh, nope, that's Streamlabs chatbot. This one, there we go, is written by Tom Ivan at VGC. The PS5 supply will reportedly be even tighter than expected in the coming months. Sony is set to produce 1 million fewer consoles than previously planned, it's claimed. Scroll down into the body of the article then. So PlayStation 5 supply looks set to be even tighter than previously expected over the coming months after Sony reportedly cut its production plans by around 1 million consoles. According to Bloomberg sources, the company has reduced its PS5 production outlook for the fiscal year ending in March 2022 from more than 16 million units to around 15 million because of worsening parts and logistics issues. PS5 has been difficult to buy ever since its November 2020 launch, as Sony has struggled to produce and distribute enough units to meet demand. Sony claimed in July that PS5 had become its fastest selling console ever after topping 10 million sales globally just under a month faster than the PS4 managed. However, it has since fallen behind the sales pace of its predecessor. Last month, Sony said PS5 supply issues were negatively impacting hardware sales, but that it remained hopeful of hitting its annual console shipment target of 14.8 million units, a feat that would see it best PS4's performance during the same stage of that console's lifecycle. Quote, "At this time, there is no change to our fiscal year 21 unit sales target for PS5 hardware, but several factors are significantly impacting the supply of the product, such as disruption of the global distribution supply chain and limitations on the supply of components, especially semiconductors," Sony's chief financial officer Hiroki Totoki said during a financial results briefing in October. He later reiterated, in the second year of PS4, it was 14.8 million units shipped, and we were targeting to exceed this number, and we have not changed this target. However, Totoki also admitted that PS5 sales in the first half of the year hadn't met Sony's expectations. Worldwide, there is a disruption. This is a quote, by the way. Worldwide, there is a disruption in logistics and mainly semiconductor device supply being constrained, and this is having a larger impact than expected. And as you know, the hardware sales in the first quarter were less unit-wise, and so this is having an impact on us. And likewise for the second quarter, he said. But I think that with our efforts and putting in place different measures, the PS platform momentum can be maintained, and especially to the users who are waiting for the PS5. We want to be able to supply as many PS5s as possible to our customers who are waiting. That is our thinking. Didn't mean to go through the entire article there, but we did anyway. So if you want to check that out again, do drop in on VGC, have a read through the article by Tom Ivan there. So the gist of this article, PS5s, they just ain't enough. They just ain't enough. Let me just update the discussing now. This is usually where I'd throw to Bibby to give me the time to do this. Those of you that will have been in. PS5 supply will be... we'll leave it as even tighter. Okay. PS5 supply will be even tighter. You get what I'm saying? Nice. Not tighter than what? Tighter than usual. We'll go with that. So yeah, the PS5 supply will be tighter than usual. Which is a shame. Because we were having conversations over the last couple of weeks and months about how scalpers, those guys, have been ruining Gamer Christmas. And by that I mean all-time gaming. Because a lot of people that want to get their hands on consoles can't get their hands on consoles. I know plenty of people that want PS5s, Xboxes, that can't get hold of them. Same with, obviously, many other things like graphics cards, RTX cards. I mean, I'm still running GTX 1080, which is exceptional still, but TI. But would like a nice RTX. Nice RTX 3080, please. But can't get full of the money. Anyway, that is all due to chip shortages. We were hoping that the scalper price market has dropped. So if you're looking for a console from a scalper, you were looking at about 1,000, 1,200 quid, maybe 900 quid-ish a year ago. This Christmas, there are still some markups, anywhere between 500 to 750 quid-ish. I think we had figures from Bibby that his local CEX was still charging 850 quid to buy a PS5 from them, which shows you that there is still money there in the market for scalpers. But it was dropping. The price across the board was dropping, which was nice. This doesn't go well for that situation. The fact that any news coming out saying that console supplies will be even tighter than expected, that potentially gives the scalper market strength, and that's what we don't want. Supply and demand, that's what the whole thing is about. If there's still a demand for it and there's not enough supply, the prices go up, and hopefully that doesn't happen in the scalper market. It's kind of to be expected, though. It's a shame because it looked like we were coming out the other end. We had conversations about how we've sold loads. The PlayStations are coming in and out of stock super often now, but it looks like it's going to continue a little bit longer and a little bit more difficult than we'd have expected. Tezbad says, new rumor, PS6 hits the shelf in July 2022. Imagine. Yeah, we couldn't get enough PS5, so we made a PS6. Although, if you're looking for like the semiconductors and stuff for a PS5, surely they would all be in the PS6. So how does that work? Tito says, just buy an Xbox. Get Game Pass, everyone's a winner. I mean, you can't even buy the Xbox, though. That's the thing. I mean, PS5s have had more restocks over the last few weeks than Xboxes. I mean, that's probably just fits and starts, though. The Xboxes will probably change place. The PS5s will remain in stock for now because they've had a few containers just land at this point in time. But when that's gone, then it slows down. Xboxes, though, you guarantee they're going to have their stint again. So it kind of went like a two-horse race. One taking over, one jumping back. Xboxes, there was a lot more supply in the market early days. PlayStation just could not keep up. That switched because Xbox's supply is being exhausted. PlayStation jumped in the lead. Looks like it could swap back. But yeah, I mean, Tito, I'm genuinely disappointed, though. Like, you just mentioned Game Pass and you didn't give us the full spiel. How are you, Mr. Corporate Shill? Get the words, get it copied and pasted. Give us the full story. Fix it. This guy gets it. He knows. Tito is our resident Xbox guy. Or just on both consoles, no problem. There's that too. If you can get them. But that's the issue. That is the problem. They aren't the most difficult things to get hold of at cost value. I've mentioned this quite a few times. I've given people a bunch of tips on how to get a PlayStation console. If you're after a PS5, they aren't super difficult to get hold of. Caveats. I'm based in Manchester, not too far from Amazon's Northwest distribution sort of centres. The UK has a lot more stock than, say, the Nordic territories, for example, which Lake can attest to. So for me, saying it's not hard to get hold of one, by saying you just need to have the right alerts set up. You need to be able to jump on within seconds of the alerts going out and things like that. You can do that, and it's not too hard to get hold of a console. There's all those caveats. Not everyone has the ability to jump on. Not everyone can set up alerts. Not everyone uses social media to get the alerts, and not everyone is in a country that has enough stock to do that. But for me, it's not too difficult to get hold of. If that's for me, and I'm in a great situation for getting them, providing I've got everything else put in place, this supply shortage is not great for everyone else going forward. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll just soldier through it together, right? Nice. Okay, put a PS5 sticker on a PS3 and scalp them. Do you know what? To be fair, PS3s can sell for a pretty penny these days. Putting a PS5 sticker on it might actually hamper that. So just sell it as it is. You can get some decent prices if you're selling your old school consoles these days. Let's move ahead, though. Let's jump off of one bit of hardware. Oh, let's get rid of cookies. And onto another... Get that off the screen, and this on the screen. This is from IGN Nordic. It's written by Matt Kim. It was actually shared in the Discord by Lake himself. Pretty sure the article is available across IGN websites, but obviously we're going with the link that was shared with us on the Discord. So this is from IGN Nordic. Actually, just before I jump into that, there's a couple of comments in the chat that would be easier to jump on now. So I was just damn lucky with both consoles. I got the last console from... Is that Gigante? How do we pronounce that? Like here, just as I got, as I just decided to go and ask if they have any. Nice. Okay, that's like right place, right time kind of thing. Not in Australia, cheap. Tito says, I think everyone knows by now what exceptional value Game Pass is. I mean, where else can you get access to hundreds of games, including day one releases and EA games for a low monthly fee of $10.99, even the first three months for just £1. I don't need to remind people. Touche. Good morning. Hey, Doctor, how's things, dude? I had your stream up on my stream yesterday. We were talking about, yeah, it's amazing to find a Spanish Geordie, so we had that conversation yet again last night on the stream. But how's things, dude? Are you good? You good? What, a gigante or a gigante? Gigante? We'll go with gigante. But yes, congratulations. Anyway, the next story we were jumping into is this one. Steam Deck has been delayed until February 2022. Valve's handheld will now be shipping next year. So if you are one of the people that have managed to get yourself one of these secured, I know Mr. T already is one of those people, it's not happening this year. So Valve has announced that Steam Deck, its portable computer gaming handheld, will be delayed by 2 months. The first units will now be shipping in February 2022 instead of its planned December 2021 release date. In a blog post, Valve cited the global supply chain issues and material shortages as reasons for the delay. These issues have affected many consumer devices, from other game consoles to cars and more. We know. We're sorry about this. We did our best to work around the global supply chain issues, but due to material shortages, components aren't reaching our manufacturing facilities in time for us to meet our initial launch dates, Valve says. Based on our updated build estimates, Steam Deck will start shipping to customers in February 2022. This will be the new start date of the reservation queue. Valve says that reservations will not change, and those reservation holders will keep their place in line, but starting at the new dates, meaning if you were lucky enough to get a Steam Deck reserved for December 2021, your unit will begin shipping in February 2022. The Steam Deck is yet another hardware device to be hit by the continuing... Do you know what? We get the idea. We can stop with the article there. That's fine. We understand. There's not really too much to add into this. We do have a lot of articles, so I won't stay on this one for too long. I'll keep up the pace. PlayStation doesn't have a lot of stock. They are down by 1 million units due to chip shortages. The Steam Deck is suffering the same fate. That has been delayed until February 2022. Not really much more to say there. Still looks like a great console. We will still get the thoughts and impressions of people that get their hands on, including Mr. T. As we get to that point, it'll just be 2 months later. Pretty straightforward. Not much more to say there. Nice. Let's move ahead. Okay, next bit of news. Off of the hardware and onto the software. This one has some stuff in here that would excite Bibby. It's a good job he's not around. As Bethesda has plans for Fallout 5, but Starfield, and this is the bit that get Bibby, Elder Scrolls 6 are the priority. There are lots of very big plates to spin at the moment. This is written by Vlad Mazanko at The Gamer, and the article says, some good news for the Fallout fans just rolled in. Todd Howard seemingly confirmed the long-term plans and existing vision for Fallout 5. Unfortunately, this long-term aspect means we won't see the game before Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6, so you'll just have to wait another 10 years or so. The game director discussed Bethesda Game Studios' currently very loaded pipeline with IGN for Skyrim's 10th anniversary. Shout out to Bib. Right now, the studio is busy with its space RPG Starfield, the first new IP in 25 years. Sheesh for the company. Then there is the hotly anticipated Elder Scrolls 6, for some reason officially announced over 3 years ago. There is also a conceptual idea for Fallout 5 at the studio. Todd Howard seemingly doesn't want the project to be passed on to another developer like Fallout New Vegas. Fallout's really part of our DNA here, Howard says. We've worked with other people from time to time. I can't say what's going to happen. You know, we have a one-pager on Fallout 5, what we want to do, end quote. Sounds like Bethesda already has Fallout 5 planned for itself, yet Howard didn't mention any particular details. The studio's latest take on the series, Fallout 76, started a bit disastrously back in 2018, but the devs managed to steer the game in the right direction, eventually making it a notable product to the market with a dedicated fan base. Whatever Fallout 5 might be, Howard said the studio is still absolutely committed to the single-player games. Two single-player games. It's part of who we are. It's what we love about games. With Fallout 76, the amount of people that want to play it as a solo experience is very, very strong, he added. However, Howard admitted he'd like to be able to make Fallout 5 happen sooner than planned if he could just wave his hand and have that out. But he said, our cadence is Starfield and then Elder Scrolls 6, so we'll have to wait. Okay, we'll pause there. We're pretty much done, but we'll pause there. So, if you want a new Fallout game, you want Fallout 5, it's going to happen, and it's probably going to be built in-house by the teams at Bethesda. But not until we get Starfield, which we... Do we even have a release date on Starfield? I don't remember. Do any of you guys remember? Starfield is next year minimum, right? It could even be after. or do we even? Starfield release date is, oh no, we do, 11th of November, 2022. So exactly to the day, 1 year away is when Starfield is coming out. So we have 1 year to wait for Starfield. Then we have Elder Scrolls 6, which we've hardly seen anything of. That could be close after it, because it was like 3 years when Elder Scrolls were first. So maybe not 10 years, as it teased in the article, obviously, jokingly. But maybe 3 years-ish? 2024? 2023? I'm not sure. They should probably end up not doing another Fallout 4 again. Or a Fallout 76 to begin with. Fallout 76, not so good to begin with. We covered that massively at that point in time. So Bethesda has plans for Fallout 5. Let's have an ellipsis on the end. ... So yeah, we covered it massively at the time. Bethesda's Fallout 76 was a massively hyped game, and it was something that they put a lot of effort into marketing as well. I remember my local game store having an actual vault door in the game. So Manchester's Trafford Centre game store has a Belong Arena. If you don't know what a Belong Arena is, they aren't everywhere in the country, but there's a lot of them. There's like 20 odd, 30-ish. And they are esports arenas within game stores. Flagship stores have that have the space have Belong Arenas, and in the Trafford Centre, their upstairs is the Belong Arena, and yeah, they had a big vault door. They had, what is it Vault Pit Boy, Vault Boy? I can't remember the thumbs up dude. I can't remember. Pit, I don't know. Pit Boy's the, anybody knows? Let me know. That dude. They had like big. Pit Boy, there we go, nice. So they had, I just couldn't, in my mind I was like, Pit Boy, actually, isn't the Pit Boy the thing that goes on your arm? And then I couldn't remember, so I didn't know. But you know, that's good. So they had all of that, they had like hands-on, they had tours, they had all sorts of stuff going around Fallout 76. And then the game launched, and it just had a lot of what makes Fallout stripped out, which Bethesda recognized and fixed. Obviously, there was delays, and then there was COVID, and then there was all sorts of issues with their private servers that they were charging people for when the game wasn't great. They managed to fix it. So if Fallout 5 is anything like that, yikes. It can't be. It can't be. Bethesda and Microsoft surely will not let that happen, because that is pretty much what was going to happen with Halo, and they fixed that because they knew they couldn't get away with it. So if they're going to do a Fallout 5, it can't be anything like that. They will have to fix that from the off, 100%, or they damage that, because Fallout was one of those franchises, one of those games brands that the history of the series was just effortless. The community was supportive. Yeah, obviously not. But there will have been some people in there that were a bit toxic or went after the brand. But it was celebrated by the gamers. And 76 changed that. It added some disgruntled, or more than you would usually have ever seen, disgruntled fans within the community. It's like, this is just not the game that we've come to know and love. This is not the direction we as fans will want to spend money on. So they heard that and they changed it. So Bethesda with Fallout 5 have to do that from the off, surely. Massive fan of Fallout 3. Found Fallout 4 meh, very repetitive, not very engaging. To be honest, New Vegas had better storylines, so wouldn't mind Oblivion doing it now. They're Microsoft owned too. I wonder, I do wonder, because that's 3 massive games, and you will often see a studio has its tentpole game, and they will have one every 5 years-ish. But to have Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 all from Bethesda, all on the table right now, that's 15 years of video game development there, potentially. Obviously, if they were stacked. Do Bethesda have the capacity to do that? Can they do that on their own? Does that mean Bethesda will be expanding? Does that mean Microsoft's backing allows Bethesda to expand? Could we see them absorbing their own Oblivion internally, kind of thing? Maybe even Oblivion itself be put on it? I don't know. As the article says in its tagline, there are a lot of very big plates to spin at the moment. They absolutely are. If you're an Xbox fan, if you're a Bethesda fan, then the next it's not going to be 15 years. It's probably going to 5 years of games is strong. And we've just had Fallout 76 and Doom Eternal, and Deathloop, and Tokyo Ghostwire still coming. Plus, then we have all of that. Bethesda, that 7.5 billion that Microsoft spent on acquiring ZeniMax Media it's looking like a good spend at this point in time. I mean, obviously 7.5 billion still would take a lot of time to get back, but if you've got titles like that coming, then surely that's the best way of earning it. Starfield will be delayed until 2023, guaranteed, says Gary. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the fact that it's still a full year away, the fact that it's coming out in that golden Christmas window is like holy grail stuff. But yeah, you could be right. You absolutely could be right. Bethesda, what you can usually tell from what's happened previously as well. And Bethesda's last few games obviously were delayed. Those delays have knock-on impacts internally, so I wouldn't be surprised if this goes back a few weeks. That takes it into December, which puts it really close to Christmas, which means actually, do you know what, should we move it until January, February, March anyway, maybe April. Wouldn't be surprised. Have a nice day off. I'm off for some paella. Hey, enjoy the paella, dude. Enjoy the paella. Thank you very much for dropping in. I appreciate you dropping the sub yesterday as well. Shout out once again to Dr. M19 in the chat. What a guy. Standard live service in it. Promise the Earth. Have a roadmap. Release bugged as fuck. Delay roadmap to 5 high bugs. Hemorrhage players. Come good. Cease development. Ta-da! Reminds me of a football game. That's the thing, though. I mean, that's. I like roadmaps in games, even if they don't hit them, because roadmaps at least give you a vision and will help temper your expectations. If a roadmap changes, then you have to change your expectations. I'm a big fan of roadmaps, and I've seen a lot of negativity around developer roadmaps because they change, and it's just like, well, that's life. Life changes. It's like on a sat nav. You want to get from A to B. Sometimes there's an accident and you have to change the direction. I don't mind that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some sort of delays around any of these titles. But we'll put a pin in that. Talking about studios and being absorbed, acquired by other studios. Not saying that Bethesda will be doing that with Oblivion or anything of that kind, but one we can talk about definitively, though, is that 2K has acquired a studio. As this article by Eddie Makuch at GameSpot says, 2K acquired a studio that worked on Diablo, Star Wars, Call of Duty, and more big franchises. 2K has purchased Elite 3D to become a new 31st Union studio working on an announced AAA game led by Michael Condrey of Dead Space and Call of Duty fame. Okay, into the body of the article, it says 2K Games has acquired the creative artwork of Studio Elite 3D, which has done work on franchises like Call of Duty, PUBG, Star Wars, Hitman, Control, Metro, and The Walking Dead, amongst others. What a guy! Doctor gifting out a sub to Chaos. Nice. Chaos, enjoy the gifted sub. If you are lurking, do feel free to drop some thanks in the chat for Doctor. Thank you very much, dude. You didn't have to do that, but I massively appreciate it. Go get yourself some paella. Treat yourself to a nice bit of paella with me. Thank you very much, dude. Elite 3D, which is based in Valencia, Spain, will serve two purposes for 2K. First, it will become a sister studio to 31st Union. Second, it will become a new 2K publishing office with a focus on global services, the company announced. 31st Union is one of 2K's newest studios. It's based in San Mateo, California, and is working on a AAA game under the direction and leadership of Michael Condrey, Dead Space, Call of Duty. The new team in Valencia will work alongside the developers in San Mateo and become one global and integrated team across all disciplines. The studios will lean into an always-on approach for seamless connection and collaboration among colleagues. While some Elite 3D developers will begin to work for 31st Union, others will join a new team for 2K's Global Services division. Quote, they will join 2K's internal team responsible for animation, art, motion capture, project management, game technology, talent casting, user research, visual effects, and more, 2K said. New team members will have opportunities to support established and new franchises, including both announced and unannounced projects. In addition, Valencia joins global services teams in London, Austin, in London, Austin, Texas, 2K's San Francisco Bay headquarters in Novato, California, and the Division's headquarters in Montreal. 2K President David Ishmael has said in a statement of Elite 3D, the team's work style and employee culture are also a great complement to our vision and values. We look forward to seeing our new colleagues contribute to the progress made to date by the 31st Union and play a key role in the growth and development of global services for our current and future games. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. The amount of studio purchases and acquisitions has been huge. And what was it? Sony, I think. Sony Pictures. One of the executives from Sony Pictures, I think it was, said, expect more. Because video games has followed the pattern that the movie industry has set. Studios see revenue in content creation, be that a film or a movie in the movie industry, realize, actually, do you know what? These are actually pretty good. People want more of these. There's a lot of money in these. Let's buy all this shit up. Buy it now and then sell it bigger later, or buy it now and make the biggest profits out there. And that is purely where we find ourselves still. We are in the early days of that. The ZeniMax Media 7.5 billion purchase was something that rocked the foundations of the video games industry. Little did we know that was just the next set. I mean, it was a big move, but it continues. So Elite 3D isn't a ZeniMax Media full all singing all dancing brand within the video games industry being absorbed by another all singing all dancing brand. This is something that's a little more laser focused, but what this does is gives 2K some incredible skills across multiple franchises, and one thing 2K doesn't need is all of the skills because they have them. But that shows you how competitive the games industry is. You can't stand still. If you're standing still, was it Gary what it says? If you're not moving forward, you're standing still. That's what it is, or something like those lines. So everything 2K is doing is that they're moving forward. They're moving forward. They're making sure that they advance, which is what they need. Which is what they need. Keeping up with the pace. You like to see it. Okay, we'll keep up the pace as well. Now we'll jump into the stories that Lake was mentioning at the start of the stream. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, comes out today. It came out at midnight-ish. It came out at midnight if you were there at the time to get it, like Mr. T did, and was spamming it until the early hours, till his heart's content. Well, it's kind of not there, ish. As we'll jump into this article, we'll give you the details, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. Matthew Reynolds at Eurogamer has this article from yesterday saying the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition release time, download size explained. Here's when you can revisit GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on modern platforms. Says the tagline, into the body then. GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition sees the return of 3 classic games in the series, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas to modern platforms, arriving 2 decades after Grand Theft Auto 3 debuted on PS2 back in 2001. Did I say 3 or 2 decades? It's 2 decades either way. The GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition gives each game visual upgrades such as improved lighting, high-resolution textures, and draw distances, and revamped controls. This page will cover the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition release time as well as the possible download size, so you know how much room you need to make on your hard drive ahead of time. So when does Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition release? Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition release time in the UK, GMT, Sierra, and so on. Explained. So the Trilogy Definitive Edition release date is today, Thursday, November 11th. The time is the same for all regions and platforms and is as follows. So today, UK 3 p.m. GMT. So 3 p.m. for us in the UK is when that game will be released. The full Trilogy Definitive Edition should be coming out at 3 p.m. UK. These times also apply to any titles being released individually, such as GTA San Andreas on Game Pass. So if you want to play GTA San Andreas and you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass, the game will be added to all Game Pass users free from 3 p.m. today. Rockstar has said it's aware the countdown times on PlayStation Store might be inaccurate, so if GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition is not unlocking on PlayStation, then you must wait until the above times. As for download sizes, you can see it all within this tweet. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Definitive Edition size versus the original size. So GTA 3, the original was 1.5 gig. The Definitive Edition, 5.2 gig. Vice City, 2.3 gig originally, now 10.7 gig. San Andreas was 3.2 gig originally, now 22.6 gig. Whew, nice. Big upgrades. So that's one story. We'll jump into one other story after that, which is something that obviously was spawning conversations yesterday. We didn't really have all the information, and we're not going to go through this entire article because this would take us a long time and be difficult to digest, but we'll give you this sort of update. So Matt Wales, sticking with Eurogamer, says, here's the GTA Trilogy Remaster's full radio station track listing according to Rockstar. Around 47 original tracks have been omitted. So alongside its newly released GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition comparison videos, Rockstar has now detailed the complete radio station soundtrack selection that will be included across its remasters of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas at launch. All three GTA titles included in the remaster bundle have, of course, been impacted by music licensing issues in the past, leading to a number of tracks being omitted when the games were later re-released for iOS and Android, PS3 and PS4, and PC. As such, many fans have been eager to know if the Definitive Edition would truly live up to its name and see the complete radio station song roster being restored. Unfortunately, the answer appears to be no, with Rockstar's official list omitting, by my calculations at least, 47 tracks across all three games. However, some confusion remains given that, as noted by VGC, several tracks missing from Rockstar's official list have actually featured in leaked footage of the remasters. As such, it's unlikely it'll be possible to compile a truly definitive edition song list until Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy Definitive Edition launches. However, the full radio station roster, as per Rockstar's newly released official list, is detailed below, alongside those songs seemingly absent until proven otherwise. So here is the full song list. I'm not going to go through this. I'm going to go scroll right down. Is there? So we got here. Here are the missing tracks. Actually, does it have the missing underneath? Yeah. Okay. Scroll. Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The songs that are missing from Wave. You've got Cars by Gary Newman. I'm going to point out all the ones that point out to me. If you see any that stick out to you, feel free to mention it. So Cars by Gary Newman. In Cars. Okay. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Yikes. The Buggles video killed the radio star. Lionel Richie, Running with the Night. Okay, there's actually a lot of tracks. Wild Style Pirate Radio. Do you know what? I'll leave it. Do you know what? Kate Bush is missing. Some Michael Jackson. Wanna be starting something is missing. Ozzy Osbourne, Alcatraz, Love Fist. What? Yeah, there's actually a good chunk of tracks there. Let me drop this into the chat. I'll give you the link to this article so you guys can see for yourself. If you've started playing it, looks at Mr. T, do let us know if any of these supposedly missing tracks are in your version of the game. Also, on that, there is a caveat. Let me get this. Discussing now. GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition chat. We'll have chat. Nice. So yeah, the thing about the soundtrack as well is that could be something that is there now and isn't there afterwards. And by that I mean if someone like Mr. T logged on at midnight last night, got the game, and it doesn't have the full day one update, obviously, what it does mean is there could be bugs and texture issues in the game until that update comes in. But what it could also mean is that stuff that is in there that's not meant to be there, like tracks, like what I can't remember, I've completely mental blocked and forgotten all of those songs. Let me find one of the ones that was missing. Michael Jackson, Wanna Be Starting Something. That's not going to be in GTA Vice City, apparently, according to this list. It's not there anymore. That could be a case of that is in the game now, but the day one update eradicates it because it wasn't actually meant to be there. So yeah, I'm not sure. Tracks were as they said, says Mr. T. So interesting. What do you guys think then? Does that naturally it's a negative because you assign emotion to that. It's something that can't be avoided in that sort of sense. Is that a negative enough to destroy your level of immersion? Like, naturally, songs are emotional. They are emotional anchors. A lot of people put songs remind them of certain places and certain times. Songs in games reminds them of certain instances of digital places at certain times. Like the one I keep mentioning is like the San Andreas one, like riding through the desert on a horse with no name and a I don't know the other words of it. I've never heard that song before that time. And that just reminds me of driving in Baco Beyond in like the southern, is it like, I can't remember, whatever areas of San Andreas. And that song reminds me of being like on a Sanchez bike or whatever, just flying around those areas. And if that wasn't there, that would be a little bit disappointing. It wouldn't be game breaking, but it'd be a little bit disappointing. Hello. Yeah. Excuse me. Yay! Starbucks Christmas cups. Whoop, whoop. Nice delivery. Thanks, babe. I'll just play Billie Jean out loud via Spotify while playing Vice 8 on repeat. There you go. Solution. Easy way. Easy way. I am gonna go through this bit because there are some big tracks missing as well. There's big tracks included, like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Nothing But a G-Thang tune, by the way. But there is also things like Tupac, I Don't Give a Fuck, NWA, Express Yourself missing, which are also big tracks. So it'll be a case of go through the track list, see if there's anything. So just so you know, build up your own sort of like awareness before you get in. Just so you know, the character models, texture, light, and reflection upgrades are so impressive. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. What's the name of that song? That Horse with No Name song. I want to see if it's in Horse with No. Oh, it's called A Horse with No Name by America. Is that it? Do you know? I'm going to play this DMCA in that, but it is that. Yeah, Horse with No Name. I want to see if that's in there. Horse. Oh, it's still in there. We're okay. We're okay. I can drive around listening to KDST and do it to my heart's content, knowing that A Horse with No Name is still going to be there. There you go. Nietzscheo! Oi, oi! He's got it already. America, Horse with No Name. Thank you very much. That is one of my, like I say, it's not one of my defining songs because it's more the like the Dre sort of songs being in Los Santos that define San Andreas for me. Naturally, that's the whole vibe of the game. But it's the more that like the juxtaposition or the yeah, well, I suppose that's the word I'm going for. Let's go for juxtaposition. It's the juxtaposition of that versus the Southern America states country, and the fact it's actually got a horse with it. That just stands out. But yeah, it's more the other ones. If that had been there, that would have been a little bit of a miss. But there's still tons in there. 47 songs missing sounds a lot, but when you break it down over, there's about 8 stations across 3 different games. It's only a couple of songs here and there scattered about, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, having Tupac and NWA missing from one station is a big loss, but do you know what? It's just licensing. We can't even stream the music on Twitch, so if we can't stream it, how is it going to be to get it licensed for use in game? God damn. If they aren't there, you can always download the radio station, so you could add them in the custom audio channel, unless they've dropped that feature. Ooh, touche. Yeah, just download like Emotion 98.3 with, was it Emilio Martinez, whatever his name. Still my favorite station, Emotion 98.3. Yeah, I will too, Asim, because VC equals Billie Jean. That is a big loss, though, that one. Whilst it's something we can plug out in our own way, and it's still good to have the nostalgia, that doesn't, make no mistake, that is like wanna be starting something and Billie Jean missing. They are big losses. I mean, even the other ones, like some that I might not like, The Cult, she sells Sanctuary. That's a tongue twister. I can't tell you what that song is. If I hear it, that might be shit, as if that's gone. It might just be it's just like for me a filler track kind of thing. But Billie Jean is a big loss, which is a shame. But it's just the modern way. To quote a band, can't remember who sings a modern way. Kaiser Chiefs, I think. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Anyway, that's it. That's the news for today. Thank you everyone for dropping in, keeping me busy. We kept it to around an hour-ish. We're a little bit over an hour in terms of time. By the time we take the intro and stuff off, we're a bit under the hour, so it's good. That's nice. We had a lot of stories. If you didn't catch them, let me give you an update. PS5 supplies apparently going to be expected to be even tighter over the coming months. That's due to the fact that PlayStation expects to produce 1 million less consoles than it had planned. That's due to the to the chip shortages that have been plaguing everyone. And as on a similar note, the Steam Deck, which is Valve's handheld console, that's now shipping 2 months later once again because of chip shortages. Bethesda does have plans for a Fallout 5 game, but Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 are the priority. 2K has a new studio, which basically makes them badass because the game studio has worked on Star Wars, which is, big things. Call of Duty, all right. PUBG, okay. Control, yeah, all right. Hitman, Metro, The Walking Dead, all these things that Elite 3D has been involved with. Big brands and a lot of experience acquired by 2K. Good acquisition. And then we finished up by talking about GTA. We covered the fact that it's only available from 3 p.m. today, unless you were lucky and you got it last night. So if you can't see it yet, don't worry. You still got 2.5 hours yet until it's available across the world all at one time simultaneously. I did see a lot of people. Do you know? Question: what do you guys feel about that? Because we live in a world that often it's not perfect. Like, how many times have you seen your friends load up a New Zealand or a Hong Kong PSN account to get access to, or maybe take a trip to Melbourne to get access to games that have released at 12 midnight in the Southern Hemisphere, whereas we obviously get them 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours later? How many times have you seen people do that where you've had to open up a different account? Would you prefer that to be the case, them to always hit at 12 midnight, or would you prefer it to be a case of it's 3 p.m. globally? From our 3 p.m. What would you prefer? Would you rather have it be something that's one time zone? Everyone gets it. For us, it might be 3 p.m. Someone else has got like 7 p.m. at night. Someone else might have 9 a.m. kind of thing. Would you rather it have that one so everyone gets a fair crack at it, or would you rather it be time zone specific? You will recognize by the song by the opening riff of the Cure song. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to listen to it afterwards just to see. You can all fuck off from us. We live down under the place. Hey, we always take visits, always. I know from working with the PES community, for example, PES is the one that releases usually around midnight-ish, depending on local store propagations. Obviously, sometimes it could be about 6 hours after or whatever, but midnight-ish locally, which is the day before if you're in New Zealand, Hong Kong, any parts of Australia. So a lot of UK PES players have Hong Kong accounts, Hong Kong PSN stores, so that they can download and play the game before it comes and start making content on it, which is there's different angles, I suppose. As a content creator, it's fair for it to be 3 o'clock for us in the UK to match everyone else around the world. But as a gamer, you think, give me a midnight. I want to play it straight away. Why do I have to wait until 3 p.m. to be able to start downloading it? My internet shit, and it's not going to finish till 5, 6 o'clock, and then I've got on my tea, and then it's going to be 8 o'clock, and I'm not going to get all it. So there's no right way. There's no right way. Just wanted to see what you guys think, but none of you said, so stuff you. Apart from Bad, who just told us all to piss off from the Southern Hemisphere. But yeah, that's it. That is the end of the show. We are going to wrap things up. As a reminder, there is no more streams today. There is no stream tomorrow. So we are now not back until the PUBG stream on Saturday morning. I have a big work thing tomorrow. Bibby is off, so there will be no stream tomorrow. So don't forget, we've not had a PS5 since October last year. Yeah, well, you can keep the Southern Hemisphere then, Bad. It's fine. So yeah, I'm going to disappear. I have a need to drink this. One thing... Actually, I'll hide that. I don't know if it's got an address on it. One thing that bugs me about Uber Eats is you can't get a flat white. Flat white is my coffee of choice if I'm ordering a coffee. And you can't... I don't know if it's the same for you. Our local Uber Eats just does not do flat whites. We have to get latte extra shot to get close to it. Nice latte extra shot, lad. Yeah. But anyway, that's a bit of frustration. Need a buddy for Saturday? Goddamn right I do. If you're free, Get involved. Bring your Car 98 again. Pop the skulls back to back to back, please. Thank you very much. Tears Bad says, have a good day. You too, dude. You too. Like, as mentioning, yeah, we're done for the day. We're not back tomorrow at all. I've got stuff Bibby's away, but we will still have 2 streams this weekend. We've got Saturday morning, PUBG, 10 a.m.-ish, joined by Nietzscheo. Sunday morning, we will have some Call of Duty Vanguard. So if you want to jump in with some Call of Duty Vanguard, if you've got the game on any format, you can jump in with Bib. It's cross-play, so do get involved. Do get involved. Obviously, if you've got it on PC and jump in with him, you will be playing cross-play too, so you will probably get lasered like we were doing yesterday until we take cross-play off. But this is the end of the stream. I appreciate you all being here. Before we disappear, a couple of things to mention. If you want to help shape our show, you can do so. You can share the news with us. You can put the words into our mouths. So drop any stories that you have, be that links to tweets, be that links to news articles, whatever. Drop them in our Discord. We have a section within Discord called a Scoop that is built for that. All we need is a link to an article plus your thoughts and impressions. If you want to put them in, we will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the show the very next day, which will be 10 a.m. on Monday. 10 a.m.-ish on Monday. So yeah, do feel free to join us for that. Also, do feel free to stick around as we're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. We're going to find someone that's live, drop a little bit of a raid on them, which is great because you get sprinkles, which is our channel points, which are over there. You can use those within our stream, be that to spend on making me sit up straight, changing the lights, or just getting involved with the on-screen predictions, which we tend to do on Saturdays as well. If we get any loot crate stuff in PUBG, we tend to spend some sprinkles and have some fun. Nice. Posture check. Sit up. Nice. So yeah, make sure you stick along for the raid. You get extra sprinkles to do stuff like that. Plus, we'll make someone's day, which is what we're going to do now. I'm going to make my day now. I'm going to go and have a brew. Have yourselves a brew and make sure you stay frosty. Yeah.